Hello everyone, welcome back. This is Vince again, and it's time for video number 2. One thing I've been thinking about more and more lately, and I might be getting ahead of myself a little bit here, but who cares, is that I'd like to sit down with other indie teams that are also doing horror games and basically just see what they're up to and what they're trying to create. But one thing at a time. That's something I'll get to eventually. I just want to kind of share the idea with you now and see what you guys think. So anyway, today though, we're going to be looking at the new Dark Deception, especially the new hotel level. However, I want to take a moment just to say thank you to everyone who's been with me this entire way. Dark Deception has been a much longer journey than it was ever supposed to be. Some of that is my fault, some of it isn't. I'm going to explain what I mean right now, so get your snacks and popcorn ready, because here's a little backstory. One thing I get asked a lot by other developers that's never really addressed much at conferences like GDC or E3 is what to do when you start a business with the wrong partner. They say that business is like a marriage, and you need to know who you're getting into bed with. Get into bed with the wrong person, and you could wind up with herpes or some other crazy STD. Business is the same way. That might sound like simple common sense, but like dating, it's never that simple. So what do you do when your business partner turns out to be the wrong person and they own 30 to 50% of your company? How do you recover from that? Well, I know plenty of guys who didn't. They weren't able to reach an agreement with their partner and the companies were liquidated as a result. In my case, I was lucky. I started Glowstick Games in October of 2013. I had just one business partner and we split the cost of the company equally. He'll remain nameless at this time. Just a few months later, on March 14, 2014, we released our first online build of Dark Deception. Even though it was a very basic one-level Unity demo, it didn't take long for it to go viral, reaching top YouTubers such as Markiplier and PewDiePie. After that, we traveled around to some conventions, we won a couple of awards, we were greenlit on Steam, and publishers started contacting us. Long story short, we wound up signing with Bandai Namco. Now all of that happened over the course of 2014 and 2015. The agreement was finalized in mid-2015. Now this is where the problem came in, and one of the main reasons why Dark Deception has been delayed as long as it has been. A couple weeks after signing the agreement with Bandai Namco, my partner decided he didn't want to make games anymore and left the company. Unfortunately, he was also the lead programmer on Dark Deception at the time, and I was completely blindsided by his decision. The silver lining, though, was that he cared so little for the future of the company that I had no problem getting the shares back from him. If not for that, Glowstick Games would have gone under, and Dark Deception would have had no chance of ever being made. That was the unfortunate fate of several of my developer friends. That's not to say it didn't affect me at all. It actually set me back over a year as I had to secure enough funding to hire another programmer now that I didn't have a programming partner. However, I'm no quitter, and persistence pays off. 2016, I became one of the first companies in the HTC ViveX Accelerator. I closed Glowstick Games and created a new company, Glowstick Entertainment. In 2017, Dark Deception development started back up, and I met Nixon online not long after that. So that's all of the backstory. Now you know everything. Now I'm not telling this story to rag on my previous partner. This is more of a cautionary tale for other indie devs and anyone else thinking of starting their own business. It's also not an excuse for why Dark Deception took so long, more of an explanation for how it's taken this long. Or rather, a partial explanation. While I've never slacked off, I'm sure there's more I could have done. But enough of that drama, let's get to what you guys are really here for, getting a look at the new Dark Deception. Oh boy, where to start? Well, like I said, we're going to start with the hotel, something everyone's familiar with. It's the same hotel design, but a lot has changed. Let me break it down for you guys. So, the level's bigger, the enemies are far more aggressive, there's a much deeper story in place now, we have more bonuses and power-ups, we have a nightmare mode for enemies, there are cinematic events with Hollywood quality voice acting, enemy kill animations, and all new rewards for getting the highest grade level possible in each level. Dark Deception's also VR compatible, which, is amazing for jump scares. Also, the original inspiration for the monkey and the hotel was a movie from my childhood called Monkey Shines. Now, I wanted to see this movie so badly as a kid. I mean, it looked so awesome. It had the most evil looking toy monkey on the cover holding a bloody razor blade. I thought it was going to be about a demonic toy monkey running around killing people with knives. Except it wasn't. Spoiler alert, it was about a real helper monkey that turns bad. So I sought out to create the Monkey Shines movie that I always wanted but never happened. In fact, you'll see a lot of that in Dark Deception. Pretty much every level pays homage to some aspect of horror cinema. Really, it's my way of saying thank you to the previous creators whose horror movies entertained me so much as a kid. Even the B movies, which oftentimes were my favorite. I mean, look at Evil Dead and Dead Alive. And as I mentioned before, the game has been completely rebuilt in Unreal Engine, which makes a world of a difference. While there's no love lost for Unity, I just absolutely love Unreal's lighting and particle systems. And I've been able to get some amazing results with them with Dark Deception so far. Hopefully after watching all this footage you feel the same way, even though what's being shown here is footage from the pre-alpha version. And that's where I'll leave off. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this second video. I'll see you again in the third video where I'll be giving you a look at the school.